Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video, and today we're going to talk about Torellion. So, there's going to been a lot of rage since the patch notes have come out about Torellion and the buff slash lack of buff that he received. So for those of you that don't know, Torellion, we're going to go through his skills first. First of all, Sacred Spear, same as the other Archangels. Attacks nearby enemies. Every 8th attack is empowered, causing it to remove all debuffs from a single nearby ally. Second skill, Angelic Flight, jumps to a location dealing damage to enemies just near the point of impact. Bonus damage based on max HP. Aegis protects himself and nearby allies with a holy shield. The shield amount is based on allies' max HP. This skill is what is getting the buff. For those of you that don't know, the buff is going to be changing it from allies max HP to his max HP, therefore making the shield a lot stronger. And Celestial Splendor ascends to a higher rate of being, gaining immunity and periodically emitting a pulse of light that deals damage to enemies. For the duration, Sacred Spear heals nearby allies with every attack in addition to its other effects. So that's this skill here. So for the duration of this Celestial Splendor, Sacred Spear will heal for every single attack that it does. Every basic attack you do will heal. It's a relatively small heal, but that's okay. He is max skilled. He was one of my very first Nat 5s. I max skilled him because I had no other Nat 5s to work on. And he actually was good for me. He pretty much carried me through most of early game because I didn't have anything else. I do have him on Adept, triple HP. Obviously this piece could be better, but considering he has a 5-star plus 12 piece of gear on him, his stats are relatively good. He's got almost 80k HP. He's got plus 0.71 attack speed, which will help with his healing because he will use his first skill more often. And he's got 50% crit rate, so he'll actually do a little bit of damage based on his HP. So coming back to this skill. Currently, the shield's not great. Like if you put it, say I'm running it with my Malika. Malika only has 35k HP, a little bit over that. So on 35k, whoops, wrong one. On 35k HP, say he has a, just for argument's sake, I mean, let's look at this actually. We're going to round up just to make it a little easier. So he has a 15% shield increase and another 15% shield increase. Say it's already 20% shield and it jumps up to now 50% shield because of this. So if Malika here with her 35k HP gets a 50% shield, then she has a 17.5k shield. I mean, that's not bad, it's nice. Brings her up to about 50k. But what if it was a 50k shield on 80k? Now it's a 40k shield, right? So it's a pretty huge buff. If you get, I mean, let's say he gets up to, you get him up to 100k HP, which is entirely possible. You get him up to 100k HP, and all of a sudden, he has a 50k shield. On a 25k unit, you're tripling their HP. So, I mean, it's not a bad buff, but a lot of people are hating on it. And the question is why? So, for starters, really the main reason is Valor. Valor, the light AA, is a free champion. You can do the ritual summons to obtain them. And at this point, most people have them, and those who don't either don't need them or they are working on it already because they're relatively early and they just haven't done it yet. Valor has the exact same Aegis skill. He has Sacred Spear, except his second skill has Glorious Leap, which has an attack break. And his ultimate has Haste and Silence. Instead of immunity on himself. So really, this makes Valor a lot better than the Nature AA. And I mean, if say you've fused Valor already and then you summon the Nature AA, why, like, at what point are you going to use him, right? You already have a better version of him in Valor. Same thing with the Fire AA here, Ardanellus. Ardanellus has damage, reflection, haste, and silence, which I think he's just like a small step behind Valor. But again, because Valor is free to play, basically the Nature and the Fire ones don't really have much of a use. At least the Fire one has the silence and has a bunch of utility. This guy basically just does nothing. He has nothing on his second skill and only self-immunity on his first skill, or on his ultimate, I mean. That's not very ultimate. So, I mean, the ultimate on this guy has not only the heal, but he also has a silence and haste. And same thing with Ardanellus here. Yeah, they all three of them have the same heal. So why does this guy get nothing, right? He gets self-immunity. There are 2-star units in this game that have full team immunity, and this guy has just self-immunity. I recently watched the community live stream with all the different streamers on it, and a couple of the people on there were saying that he should have full team immunity to go with this shield. And yeah, that would make him really strong. He still probably might not be as good as the Water AA, and yeah, I think that would be a great buff for him. But at the same time, I feel like he doesn't necessarily need it. I'm not saying he's good, because he's not. He's actually quite bad. But the reason is that people are really hating on it isn't because he's the worst unit in his family, because every family has a worst unit in the family, and nobody's raging over, say, the Divas, for example. The reason people are raging over it is because they can get this guy for free. So if you get this guy for free, this guy is basically useless. You may as well just feed him. And if you watch the live stream, Ginger actually live on stream fed his Turelion to his Light Sentinel, just to kind of make a point there on stream, which was really funny, but maybe not the best decision in the world. Anyway, so to give another example, let's go back to that Diva for a second. You don't hear anybody raging about the Fire or Nature Divas. You know why? Because yes, there is a free-to-play unit that you can fuse in the Water one here, but the Nature and Fire ones have unique uses. They have things that they can do that the Water one can't. And unfortunately, this guy doesn't. So if you're going to create a ritual summon where you can get this guy for free, then this guy has to do something different. Otherwise, it's completely pointless even having him in the game. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be a team immunity. It doesn't have to be anything. You can even take this shield away from him and give him immunity, and it would at least give him a use. But currently, he just has 0 uses and is basically fodder because we have this guy. There's really no point in building the Nature one right now. And they had a chance to buff him, and they did. But unfortunately, they buffed this guy at the same time. Really, I think what they should have done is either only buffed the Aegis skill on the Nature AA and not buffed the other ones, or they should have left him without the shield buff, and maybe given him team immunity. He doesn't even have both. He can still be the worst unit in the family, but there's no reason to build him because he has no uses right now. And I don't really understand where they think he's going to come into play. We actually tried him recently in co-op, which we thought maybe the one place he could have a use would be co-op, but his heal is so weak that he can't keep up and can't heal enough. So anyway, that was just my thoughts on the Nature AA and what I think they should do. and why I think they should do it. Because like they already have this fusion here, or the ritual summon with the divas here, and the divas worked really well. But the trick is, when you're going to give out free champions, the balancing has to be perfect on the others, or else people get upset like they are now. Nobody was, I mean, people were always calling for a nature AA buff, but once the ritual summons came out, that's when people really got upset. So like, well, now he's basically a useless champion. If this guy wasn't free, people would actually have a use for him, because they wouldn't already have something free that was better. The use level decreased greatly when you gave everybody this guy for free. So I think that's kind of where they're stuck. I'm hoping that when the vampires come out, they won't make the same mistake, and they won't make one of the either water or nature ones completely inferior with the same skill set as the fire one, which we can infuse for free. So anyway, those are just my thoughts. I hope this gave you guys some insight as to at least what my opinion was on the subject. If you have any comments about this, I'd love to hear them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and we will see you all soon with another video. Thanks guys, have a great day.